The power of putting pen to paper. A new Girl Scout cookie and movie remakes.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Wednesday. That's right, it's August 19th, 2020, day 312 of Gotta Get on Ellen. So I did go and watch the sunrise yesterday. A little bit cloudy. It was okay. Got some great pictures that I will be posting at some point. You always get to see the sunrises that I witness. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to get my new camera tomorrow. Very excited about this. It's like a good camera. It's not like a super duper good camera because, they're ridiculously expensive. But it's a decent camera, I hope. It's supposed to take still shots and video. So hopefully that will up my game when it comes to taking better pictures. I think I've got a pretty good eye when it comes to taking photos. I just need something that can capture everything that I'm looking for. My biggest complaint with the iPhone picture taking is night shots. They are terrible at night shots. So I have a trip planned to the Outer Banks in October, and I'm very excited to bring my new camera along because you have never seen stars like you have seen them in the Outer Banks. So I'm hoping this year I'll be able to get some good pictures with my new camera because in the past, the iPhone, everything just comes up as a blur if you can see them at all. So I did get to the beach yesterday. If you have not had the chance to watch a sunrise up over the beach yet this summer, I urge you to do it. There's something so peaceful and calming about it. It's a very busy time of year, too. There was a ton of people on the beach yesterday at sunrise. And I was like, people, get out of my way. I'm trying to take pictures here. So it's just a great way to really start your day. Some exciting news. Of course, Girl Scout cookies won't be around until about January. But they have a new flavor this time around. It's French toast. French toast. It's shaped like a little loaf of bread, little slice of bread. It's adorable. And then it has like a vanilla icing on the back that they say is maple flavored. May give them a go. I may give them a go. That was one of the benefits of working in radio is I always got Girl Scout cookies for free. And I know they're a fundraiser. I know it's a good cause, but man, they're expensive. And they, not only are they expensive, but they shrink all the time. My favorite Girl Scout cookie was, I can never remember the actual name of them. I think the thank you very much or thank yous or something like that. But they're basically just a shortbread cookie. And then they had a layer of chocolate icing on the bottom. And I used to dunk that in my coffee. And it was like heaven on earth. I mean, delicious. So they started out, they were like a rectangular shaped cookie, and they would have little sayings on them, different little sayings. And then they started putting less cookies in. Then they made the cookies smaller. Now they're round. It's just like they're just constantly making them smaller, giving you less, upping the prices. Again, I know, fundraiser, I get it. But I also don't want to spend, what are they? $4, $4.50 for a box? Sometimes you get 10, 15 cookies. A lot of money. But I am very interested in the French toast cookie. Not sure how easy it will be to get Girl Scout cookies. with everything that is happening. So we'll see. Netflix is testing out a shuffle button. It's kind of like a preview channel, I would kind of compare it to. It's not available just yet. They're testing it. And how it will work is when you push the button, it's going to preview shows that they think you will like, which I guess is based on your past viewing habits. I'm not so sure. You know, they give me a lot of suggestions now in my queue that I'm not really interested in at all. I really have not watched much television lately, though. I really have just been hanging outside, reading a lot of books, and just taking advantage of the warm weather while it's here. You know, it's August 19th. We really love September and October around here. It's still very warm for the most part, and it used to be the crowds would go away in September, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. So many people are working from home now, and homeschooling and virtual learning and all of that. The people who have homes here as their second homes are using this as home base. So I think it's going to be a lot busier around here in the fall than it typically is, which is okay. I don't think it'll be crazy every Saturday. You know, we basically have to stay off the roads on Saturdays because that's when they do the changeover on the island. So, you know, people are coming down for their first day of vacation and people are leaving on their last day of vacation. So the traffic is kind of a nightmare going both ways, more so going on the island than off. So if we want to go to the island, we try to usually get there pretty early. We are very lucky where we can get from our house the last on-ramp to the bridge before the island. So at the very worst, we're going to be just stuck in traffic on the bridge. And then it usually, you know, lets up a little bit once you get past those first couple of lights. But, you know, fall is coming. You know, it can't be denied at this point. Starting to see the pumpkin stuff, starting to see some of the decorations and pumpkin flavoring, and my new obsession, Colorstreet Nails, is coming out with their new fall colors. Now, I'm going to post a picture of my nails. I've talked about this before. They're called Colorstreet Nails, and they're strips. And you just adhere them to your nail. Now, I did notice yesterday, these strips last so long. I mean, they're so sturdy. And granted, I don't do a lot. I really don't. Because I've thought about that. I'm like, gosh, they last so good. Is it because I don't do anything around here? The last time I had put on a new set, I remember talking about it because I was going to be cleaning the next day. And I thought to myself, don't put them on and then clean. And they did mess up a little bit, like on the edges and a little bit here and there. And then I did a lot of work that following week, and it was Joe's birthday, and we had some people over, and I did, you know, do some scuffing up on them. But for the most part, they weren't that bad. And then they didn't really get worse in the last 2 weeks. So I finally just took them off because I'm tired of them. I just wanted something new because I have all these color strips because my girlfriend got me into them, and now like I'm obsessed, so I'm constantly ordering them, and I have a backlash. I am on a self-imposed moratorium of buying the Colorstreet nails because I have so many. And I have a couple of fall colors already. My girlfriend had given me one as a gift. It's like a gold and burgundy with like little gold leaves on them. Oh, so awesome. I cannot wait to wear those. And then I have some football ones. Oh, can't wait until football. So I'm going to post a picture of my nails. And I urge you to just give these Colorstreet a shot. As I started to say, is I noticed yesterday when I took them off, it looks like they're discoloring my nails a little bit. It looks like they've gotten a little yellow. So I'm going to be very conscious of that the next time I remove the polish to see how bad it's getting or what the issue is, because I don't really like that, because I do wear clear often, but I'm getting really good at these now. It used to be that it took me a little while to adhere them all, and at first I wasn't even using them on all the nails because it kind of was a pain in the butt because I wasn't used to them. But now, definitely took me less time to put these on yesterday than it would have 4 coats of normal polish, which is what I would typically do. You know, the base coat, 2 colors, 2 coats of color, and then a top coat. And the best thing about the Colorstreet nails is, because I felt it took me a little bit longer to put them on than polishing my nails, but it made up for the fact that I don't have to wait for them to dry. There is no dry time when it comes to the Colorstreet nails. So that is the biggest bonus of them all. So I'm pretty excited about having my new, fresh manicure. It's just something about having your nails done, right? Love it. Heard on the news yesterday, there's going to be a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Isn't that one of the funniest movies you've just ever seen in your whole life? Steve Martin, John Candy, so funny. Those aren't pillows. Oh, my. They're going to be doing a remake with Will Smith and Kevin Hart. Yeah. I think that'll be good. I do. I'm thinking that Will Smith has to play the straight guy. He has to be the Steve Martin character, and Kevin Hart is going to be the John Candy character. What do you think? Don't you think? That's what I think too. I will be excited to see this. So I wanted to hear from you. What is a movie an old movie that you would like to see remade with current actors? I was thinking about this, and we tend to not want to see remakes because we love the originals so much. But I think it might be interesting to see a new version in this day and age with all of the things we have now, cell phones and social media and everything that we have that we didn't have back in the 80s. A new updated version of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. How cool would that be, right? I think that would be really fun to watch. And I don't really know who I would put in it because, the actors that I really, really like are not high school age. I don't really know a lot of actors and actresses high school age because I just don't follow that genre like I used to, I don't know. Even like Zac Efron and all, like they're too old for high school movies. So I don't know. I don't know who would play, but I think that it would be cool to see all the updates. Jim says, I don't like remakes unless it's the live action movie of what was originally our cartoon. Still waiting for Beauty and the Beast to come on Disney Plus. October, I heard, that will be available on Disney Plus, the live action version. Has anybody watched The Greatest Showman yet? Now available on Disney Plus. I've watched it at least once, maybe more. Lori says the original Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was my favorite. It's such a funny movie. And Laura says Rocky Horror. Yeah. That's a weird one. I finally went to one a couple of years ago, a Rocky Horror show. It's weird. I mean, it's intended to be weird, but I don't know why people were so into it. So into it. I mean, it was fun with the props and all that. I get it. So anyway, what movie would you like to see remade in a current version with new actors? Let me know on the Hopefulist page. Today's blog post, The Power of Pen and Paper. Putting pen to paper helps live with intention. You probably know this about me. I'm obsessed with notebooks. I collect them. When I find one I like, I will get several. I used to save them because they're so cute or nice or whatever, and I didn't want to use them up. Isn't that silly? You may have done it too. It's okay. When we learn better, we do better. Break out those notebooks and start using them for everything. A great thing to use them for is journaling. I've kept a journal on and off for years. It's something different than a gratitude journal. It's just a place to write things out, to work through things in my head or address problems I may be having. It really is amazing how much better you can feel after a little time just writing out your thoughts and feelings. I have found that I spend more time writing in my journal when I'm going through a tough time. Really helps me sort through things and come up with solutions, or even just how I want to play certain situations. Just sit down and start writing about whatever it is that you're thinking of, that's bothering you, however you want to word it. As you write, you will come up with different scenarios and ways to handle situations. The more you write, the more you understand, and the more potential resolutions and or solutions you can come up with. There's also the choice to keep a record of your life. I've tried this on and off for years as well. I always give up for some reason. I really admire people who keep a record for their whole lives. That is commitment. I haven't even attempted one in a few years. I do remember I started a new one when we moved into this house and we were having company after company after company, because I wanted to just keep a record to look back on of how good life was and what was happening. And, there is nothing more interesting than your own diarying. So it's so cool to go back and read all the stuff that you've done, all the friends and family you see and spend time with, because there's so much that you forget as time passes by. I'll pick this up and I'll start reading about oh my gosh, I completely forgot all about that. I urge you to try and do it for at least a little while, and I will attempt to start it up again as well. You can keep an online journal if that's more your speed, but I urge you to try writing. There is something really powerful about putting pen to paper. It helps it stick better. You remember more of what you are doing. I believe you think more critically. Personally, when I'm typing, I sometimes just go into automatic mode because typing is so methodical. It's just automatic, It's not that I don't think about what I'm writing. I just feel like I have more time to explore and contemplate other options and solutions because it takes longer to write things out. I can type fast, so I really can't ever go off on a tangent that can be very beneficial because I'm just so focused on the thought I have at the moment. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't ever journaled, I urge you to give it a go. It can be really enlightening. I've come up with things while writing that never even dawned on me before I sat down. It gives you a chance to really think about things and the power of moving from one possible solution to another, or one realization to another. All kinds of goodness will come out of it. So there you go. Just give it a shot. Get out all those old cute notebooks and finish them. Fill them out. Make sure all the pages are filled. And then they get a special spot on your desk, on your shelf, in your storage box, wherever you would like to keep such things. It's like a graduation for the notebook. All right, I'm getting a little silly now, so I'm going to wrap it up, okay? It is hump day, people. How are you doing with your weekly goals so far this week? Do a check-in. Go out there and be a badass today. I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
That's right. I'm cheering you on.